YouTube, this is Danielle and you're watching Fly Girl Spirituality. Today I'm going to be talking to you guys about one of my favorite things that I do to create prosperity in my life. It is building a prosperity altar, specifically with the prosperity of financial gain involved. Prosperity is basically being successful in material things, per se. Usually people like to think of prosperity when it comes to money. However, you can be prosperous in many things besides money. But today we're talking about prosperity altars and how you can use the energy of money and your ancestors to actually manifest easier, effortlessly, like money coming out of like the blue. I'm telling you, when I burn ancestor money and when I give thanks to my ancestors and my guides and all the people that have come before me that are helping me in the spirit realm, I do this very often and it's changed my life. I don't just do it when I need money. I do it as a spiritual ritual. A thing that has brought me the most joy is knowing that I am a co-creator with the Most High. You call him God, I call it source energy. And so let's get into how we can actually harness the energy and the power when it comes around your manifesting with your altar. First and foremost, I want to show you guys a video of actually what I do to set up my altar. So I'm going to show it to you now. First things first is I start off by cleansing the area, because all of the energy that's held here is pretty much with money and intentions. So if you look, I have my white candles to soak up a lot of the, if there's any negative energy. I also have a purple candle for abundance. And I've carved in some messages inside of the candle. What you're trying to do is create an atmosphere of energy that's connected to your money. What I do is everything that goes on my altar, it has to do with something that either someone has given me or an intention that I've set. So I have a drawer here that I'm going into right here. I have checks in here. This is an uncashed check. I also have gifts. Anything that has to do with my money or anything that has been given to me in a prosperous way is pretty much what I hold in this drawer. My money card that's for my laundry. Also, if you look right over here, this is where I burn my ancestor money, and the ashes, I leave the ashes there just in case I want to make an oil or do a smudge. I'm going to tell you guys, burning ancestor money has been the number one thing that has changed my energy around receiving money. So these are ancestor notes. And what I do is I give honor to my ancestors and I burn money in their honor. You just want to make sure that you're always cleansing it and you have the intention. Anything that you put on your altar should always have an intention behind it. These $200 bills were given to me. Like literally somebody put them in my hand. So I keep those on my altar. I also have scratch-offs that I've won. And I have feathers here that I've manifested. Feathers are really good signs that your angels are around you. If you see the skull right here, that's for protection, just in case there's any negative spirits or energy that's trying to come into this area. And then I have my angel. She's been with me for a very long time. So yes, this is what my prosperity... And now that you guys have seen exactly what I do on my altar, as you can see, it's not a lot. The number one thing that comes to mind is whenever you are building an altar is to set your intention around not just material things, but also to make sure that your intention when you come to your altar is to give thanks. Your altar is a space for you to create really strong, powerful energy. On my altar, I keep things that remind me of prosperity. I keep large bills on my altar. I make sure that I have things on my altar that smell good, that remind me of luxury. I put my wedding band on my altar when I go to sleep. When I wake up, I make sure that the first thing that I do in the morning with one of my rituals is to go to my altar and to give thanks for all the prosperity that I have in my life. But when I'm giving thanks for the prosperity, I can visually see the money. And as I do that day in and day out, it seeps into your subconscious to where seeing money and seeing things that are beautiful and luxurious in front of you, it becomes normal. The energy at your altar is very powerful if you put the energy into it with your meditation, with your intentions, lighting candles. All of those things are tools. They're not necessary to manifest, but we're talking about the tools that we use. Creating a bunch of energy. Money is just energy. It really is. Like it's a note. It's a piece of paper. What you assign to the actual money is what you're going to create in your life. So wouldn't it be a better way to think of money as energy? That means you can always create an energetic field wherever you want to. Your altar is just one of the things, my altar's back here, that you use as a tool to create the energy of money around you. Just amplify it. So one thing about altars is that with your ancestors, if you're going to bring your ancestors in, just know that you want to call on ancestors known and unknown for your highest good, because you don't want to create negative energy with an ancestor that may or may not have done some things that you don't, want to put on your altar. But just the intention of having nothing but beautiful things and beautiful energy around your altar will be enough. I would not recommend putting anything on your altar that even will come up with the thought of death, or anything that's decaying, or anything that's negative when it comes to life. I bought some beautiful flowers that I wanted to put, but they were plastic flowers, and I got an immediate no, don't put those on your altar. Like, my ancestors were like, we don't want that on the altar because it's not alive. So you can put fresh flowers on your altar, but as soon as they start to wilt, take them away. Also, if you're going to put anything on your altar that is represents you, just make sure that you cleanse the item when you put it back on. Sometimes I put my wedding band on the altar, but I just make sure that I clear it, because that energy is also being used in the realms when your ancestors are working on your behalf. Burning ancestor money has changed my life. That's another thing that you can do. I'm going to tell you very quickly why burning ancestor money, it creates an energy of money. Number one, you have a note. And this actual note is a representation of the energy that we use on the physical realm. Your ancestors are in the spirit realm, and they still like to experience things through you. So they still can use the energy of the currency in their realm. So when you give to them energetically, they give back to you, because they can actually see things beyond the physical that you may or may not be able to see. So you have the power within you to create your life. We're just calling on the energy of ancestors who love and care about you, that want to see you do well. And we're giving them offering of energy, of currency and energy, for them to bring it down for us and to help us in our life. I know that when I first started burning ancestor money, I burned a really big amount. It was like 1 billion. The note for ancestor money was like 1 billion. I burned it. I set my intention. I gave it up. Within 2 days, someone gave me and my husband a $200 gift for our wedding anniversary, and it was just out of the blue. This wasn't it was just something out of the blue. We didn't even know these people that well. It's oh yeah, you had a wedding anniversary, didn't you? Oh yeah, well, I want to give you something. Now, you can call that a coincidence if you want to, but I'm just saying that is not the first thing that has happened to me. Anytime I burn ancestor money, I get $100 bills. They just come like to me. People hand them to me, family members. A coworker that I used to work with was like, "Oh yeah, I'm giving out money for this, and I want to enter you in a raffle." 2 weeks later, it's like, "Oh yeah, I have money for you. Come get it." I'm telling you, and this is not, you can Google this stuff, you can look this up on YouTube. There are many, many, many people that will tell you that when you give offering to your guides, your ancestors, if you don't want to say ancestors, say angels, just give honor to energy and your guides that have come before you, because you have to know that you can't do this just by yourself. Like, I know you have the power within you, but it's so much better when you call on your ancestors to help you. And so the whole point of a prosperity altar, just to, to reiterate, is number one is to keep you focused. It's just a tool. You can manifest beautiful things and never ever touch an altar in your life. It just keeps you focused. It gives you something to feed your energy into, to believe in your higher self, to connect your focus and your energy. The more and more advanced you get, you don't have to use the altar every day. I don't use my altar every single day, but I do use it often. And I can tell you that even just visualizing myself at my altar is sometimes just enough, or visualizing myself burning the ancestor money is just enough for me to experience financial gain. Because we are talking about prosperity for financial. Prosperity can be many, many things as long as you feel good about what you're doing when it comes to your intention. So we want to focus on making sure that the altar is giving us the focus. I just want to make sure that that's very, very clear. Also, your intention and your thoughts when you go to your altar. Are you affirming that life is good, things are coming to you easily and quickly? A money affirmation that I use, money comes to me in joyous and positive, easy ways. When you say joyous and positive, you make sure that you're not creating a situation where money will come to you in a negative way, because we do have to be specific. So your affirmation, just make sure that you say money comes to you in a joyous, easy, harmonious way. And you can say that throughout the day. Get it in your subconscious when you go to your altar. So, we in this world can manifest beautiful things. It's just so much easier when you just feel that you have your ancestors to help you. Because they are there. Whether you believe in ancestors or not, they're there. So we're just using tools to help us manifest. Give thanks and give honor to anyone that's helped you in your life. Anyone. In the morning, be grateful for what you have. Use your altar to pull all of your energy into one space, so that when you go there, you know that you see symbols of things, checks that people have given you, paper notes that people have given you, rings, jewelry, anything that represents value of money and energy of money. Just make it a mental habit of going to your altar and visualizing yourself getting that tenfold. And as you do it day in and day out, you will see miraculous things start to happen. So let's use this as a tool to help us manifest. Okay, so you guys have a wonderful day. Subscribe to the channel if you love the content. I do manifestation videos. I also talk about spirituality and things that we can do to create the best life. With that being said, I hope you guys have a wonderful day and enjoy the videos. Look at the rest of the videos on the channel. Great information, stuff that I've learned, stuff that I've been through, and we're all in this together. So let's make this happen and create this best life. Let's do it.